For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens.
They're clucking.
Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Top of the morning to you, Rockaholics, and hope everyone had a great weekend.
Awesome weekend.
Steve Migs, before we get into this wonderful program today, I got to give a quick shout out.
Okay.
And that would be to the Rockaholics.
Yes.
Because did you see where we ended Kicks for Kids Day on Friday?
By Friday night, I saw that we surpassed our goal. So we were over $20,000 raised for kids in need that want brand new shoes. Thanks to Mary's Place for helping put this all together. But I think I last saw it was at $23,000. And shout out to the Benjamin Ryan Castle for helping us out.
Now, I don't know. I hope I'm right when I say this, but I don't even think this includes the donation from the Washington State Council of Firefighters yet. So we are going to be closer to 30,000
because they usually cut a check. They don't do it on the website. So so we are where are we at on the website?
We're at $23,448. Add $5,000 to that. We are totally over our goal.
Well, let's keep it going. I mean, obviously it's still up there. If you want to make a donation, I mean, obviously it's not just one day that we're trying to help out the kids. So if you still want to make a donation, that would be really freaking awesome. We'll still give you a shout out. I'll give a shout out to like Heather Liker donated $50. Katrina O'Malley joined the 69 Club with a $69.69 donation.
Nice.
And then also Amy Leonard donated $100 and also said that the company that she works for is matching her donation. So that's pretty cool too.
That is wonderful. Thank you, Rockaholics. We did it again, and we love you so much for it. Now we're going to inform you.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And today is a very special day. I don't know if you know this, but today is...
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Yes, it's National One of Tatum's Favorite Songs Day on The Rock. No, it's National Dog Day, so shout out to all the dogs out there.
That's awesome. Give them all scratches from the Daily Migs Show, please.
And I'm not lying. That is Tatum is a massive fan of really bad 90s and 2000s hip-hop songs.
Have you introduced her to Jock Jams yet? Because I feel like that would be...
Oh, Everybody Dance Now? Is that the one, right? Everybody.
That's got to be
on there. That's on there.
Oh.
Over the weekend, we were dancing also to the Quad City DJs.
Yes.
2 of their songs. Didn't realize they had more than just one song. I don't remember. It was like a Space Jam song.
Oh, yeah.
Also dancing to Whoop, There It Is. Whoop, There It Is.
She's got great taste.
Wild Wild West from Will Smith. She was really feeling that one.
Legendary.
That's what you do when you got a sick child. Mom comes home. She's like, what are you two listening to? I'm like, nothing but the best hits.
It's just a musical lesson.
Yes, yesterday was a great game for our Seattle Mariners. What a weekend. Things have changed. Opinions have changed. Excitement has changed. Yeah, they're still out of first place. They're 4.5 games back out of first place, but they won a series for the first time in forever. And how about Dan Wilson, new manager for the Seattle Mariners? First game, Sarah was there. Big win. People were singing. Fireworks were going off. Did you have a great time?
I had the best time. And I met up with a few of my friends that were Giants fans. So the victory was even sweeter.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell are they doing around here?
I don't know, but they're losing.
Damn straight. Well, up next for the Seattle Mariners, they're going to be at home again, taking on Tampa Bay. So hopefully the winning ways continue. This is pissing me off because once again, they've sucked me back in.
The emotional roller coaster.
I'm starting to feel optimism.
The Port of Seattle and Seattle-Tacoma International Airport confirmed that an internet and web outage affecting the airport was caused by a cyber attack. This severely impacted operations and caused some pretty significant delays, especially for those who are doing international travel.
Aye.
So they are still working on restoring some of these systems. However, there is no right now expected time for a full recovery. TSA and Customs are involved in this investigation, but officials do not believe any critical passenger information was leaked.
Well, fortunately, it's not like a busy travel weekend happening anytime soon, like a 3-day weekend or anything along those lines where they need things to be running on the up and up. But
It's going to be fine.
Yeah, over the weekend, also, the Seahawks played their final preseason game against the Cleveland Browns. Or, I mean, do you call them the Cleveland Browns? I think 30 of their players didn't even play this game. So that's what's always so hard about gauging what's going on with preseason games. But what we can say is Geno Smith looked freaking awesome for a half a second that he was out there. I don't know if you watched any of it. All you need to do is watch the first series for your Seattle Seahawks because, boom, just connecting with the players. It looked good, and also this moment happened.
To the air once again. To the end zone. DK Metcalf. No flags. Touchdown, Seahawks. What were you saying about that explosive new Seahawks offense, Mike Rob? Holy cats.
Holy cats indeed. I don't even know what the hell saying is that, but okay, we'll go with it.
I was at the Lane's Daily Tribute show on Saturday night, so I just was looking at updates on my phone. It was so frustrating because I just wanted to be able to watch the game, but...
Also a little frustrating. I get it. I usually don't get too annoyed by it, but it's preseason. Do we need to set off fireworks every time the Seahawks scored a touchdown?
Was that happening in your neighborhood?
Yes!
Oh, my gosh. I love the commitment, though.
It's so funny. I'm like, dude, it's preseason. They ended up scoring 37 points, so there were a lot of fireworks going off.
How was your next door app?
Oh, there was one person wondering if something was going on in the neighborhood, and of course everybody's just making fun of that person. It's never ending. I do think, though, the highlight of the entire game, I don't know if you watched any of the game or saw any of the highlights. I did not know this. This is something I just learned about football, or at least maybe in the preseason, that the referees have the announcers. The announcers that are doing the play-by-play piped into their earbud.
Okay.
So during the game, the announcers, including Mike Robinson, was a part of it. And they were talking about this referee by the name of Clay Martin, I believe was his name. And he reacted to what they were saying on the big PA address system for the fans to hear as well in the stadium.
Oh, boy.
Here's what it sounded like.
Let's see what Clay Martin has to say.
It's preseason for the refs, too, Kate.
It is.
And for you guys. Offense number 66.
Gotta wait, Clay.
Tilly will be enforced half the distance to the goal. Replay second down.
Just gotta roll with it sometimes.
He didn't even crack a smile
That was
either.
great. And for you all.
That was just because he's having a hard time with his little microphone thing. I did not know that they're listening to the announcers. That was kind of
too
strange.
funny.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Everybody's getting it dialed in. The Little League World Series between Florida and Chinese Taipei went to extra innings yesterday and ended with a bunt walk-off winner. The pitcher and first baseman both went for the ball. No one covered first, but the pitcher threw there anyway. Here is the final call.
Will they bunt Alexander with the runner at second base, Norton? He gets it down. Oh, it's perfect. Hey, surely! Right there, he's going to win the Little League World Series championship.
Big win.
The kids from Florida, great sportsmen because they were actually consoling the losing team. They were in tears. So congrats to Florida.
Yeah, that's not how the ending of Bad News Bears happened.
No, not at all.
Like, you take this trophy and you stick it up your... Okay. Hey, as far as weather, 76 degrees. It's going to be cloudy today. That is the DMD, and that's what's up.
Migs, you mentioned that the Mariners won the series over the weekend, the first weekend with our new manager, Dan Wilson. And on Friday, we were able to chat with sports radio great Mike Gastineau, the Gas Man, and he shared a pretty wild story about a time that Dan called Mike back when Dan played for the Mariners. And it wasn't a friendly call.
No.
You're going to hear what he said at 6:20.
The Daly Migs Show.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
If by chance you missed it, back on Friday, we had sports radio great Mike Gastineau on the Daly Migs Show.
The Gas Man.
He's just the coolest. And
He is.
He joined us to chat about the Mariners making the choice to hire Dan Wilson. And then while he was on our show, he shared a crazy story about a time that Dan called Mike back when he was playing for the Mariners.
I saw a great post on Facebook from our friend Mike Gastineau, the Gas Man, a radio legend. So can you share the story of what happened with you many years ago? Because when I read that, it did definitely make me feel a little less on edge. Not on edge. I wasn't like angry throwing plates around my house. But you know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, this guy does sound like quite the leader.
Hey, what happened to all this stuff over here? Well, I broke it when I heard they hired Dan Wilson. I'm going nuts up here. I don't even remember the details of it, but for some reason, I'm not even sure the year. It was 96, 97 maybe. And there was just some tension that had built up over a period of time between the Mariners players and KJR. Some of them maybe didn't like what they heard on the station. We didn't like how difficult it had become to get them to agree to do interviews. You know, silly stuff, really. But it was building up, and there was some exchange in the locker room. I wasn't involved in it. I think it was a producer, an exchange between a player and a producer. And I was doing my show that day, and a guy comes walking in. He goes, "You Mike Gastineau?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Here." And he hands me a note. It says, "Call Dan Wilson." I call, and I think it was Mariners Clubhouse. And I said, "Hang on a minute." And Dan gets on. And this wasn't buddy-buddy. This wasn't, "Hey, pal, what's going on?" Dan was blunt and to the point, and like, "What are we going to do? First of all, what's going on?" And we discussed kind of what we thought was going on. And then Dan said, "What are we going to do about it?" The conversation was less than 5 minutes. But it just struck me that a player is who reached out and said, "How can we fix this?" And things got a lot better almost immediately. Couldn't believe a player would reach out, and a player would even give a darn about this stuff. So what? But Dan saw that it was becoming counterproductive for everyone involved. Dan said, I know Mike. I'm going to call him. We'll get to the bottom of this and get it figured out. And I don't know that I've ever told that story. I may have. He's one of those leaders that never has to tell you he's the leader. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He cuts that swath. It's like, oh, well, Dan says we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I always joked. I thought he had the toughest job in Seattle sports because for 10 years, he was the in-game conduit between Lou Piniella and whoever was on the pitching mound. And Lou, like a lot of managers, famously hated pitchers. Dan did a good job of managing Lou's volatile temper and some of his pitchers' volatile tempers and being a nice conduit between the two. Dan is absolutely qualified to do this. Again, whether he's successful or not, we all find out together.
Yeah, we found out he is. Okay, for one weekend.
I was pretty giddy, though, seeing him and Edgar. I was fired up.
Yeah, man. And the nostalgia and also the fact that they won the series. But I have to say, could you imagine picking up the phone, calling, and you're like, okay, I got to call Dan Wilson. You know, at the end of the day, like, I mean, Mike Gastineau, he doesn't know these guys, but he's still a sports fan. And you're calling one of the stars for one of the sports teams in your town, and he's in your face over the phone, but he's in your face about, we need to fix this. That had to be one of the most surreal phone calls of his entire life.
Absolutely. So what about our Rockaholics? 206
Has Dan Wilson called them?
Has Dan Wilson
I'm not
called
sure.
you? 206-803-ROCK. For whatever reason, what was the most surreal phone call you have ever received?
I have a couple.
Give me an example.
Okay, do you want a good one or a bad one?
Bad.
Bad.
It's Monday. Let's go.
Okay. Well, one of my rock star heroes called me once to yell at me because of how we talked to his wife.
Wow. Who was this?
Okay, so Kevin from Metal Shop's filling in for Danny V right now because Danny's still at home hanging with Lily, his daughter. And Kevin knows this guy. He's the bassist of the band Biohazard, Evan Seinfeld.
Tales from the hard side.
Hard
Sounds
side.
like you got that, Steve.
So Evan, at one point after being done with doing the rock and roll thing, became an adult film actor, and his girlfriend or wife at the time was Tara Patrick, and Tara Patrick was a big time adult film star. So we interviewed her, and we were asking her a question. We didn't think we were doing anything offensive, like we truly weren't. But apparently, she got annoyed with one of the questions and hung up. So then my cell phone starts ringing, like a couple hours later, and I answer the phone. I'm like, hey man, and he's like, this is Evan Seinfeld, and I was like, what? Because he was kind of her manager, and he just lays into me. He's going off, and I'm like, hey, man, we weren't trying to be in trouble, blah, blah, blah. And he's still yelling and screaming, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? The bassist of my favorite band is yelling at me on the phone right now. And then finally, I didn't know what else to do. I'm like, it gets to, finally he calms down. I go, Evan, I'm a big fan of yours, by the way. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm a huge Biohazard fan. He's like, bull crap. And he starts cursing me out some more. I'm like, no, man, I have your logo tattooed on my leg right now. Like, and then there's this long pause, and he goes, for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. You and your band are like my heroes, and blah, 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 blah. And it finally calmed down. He's like, look, man, you know, I'm very protective of her, blah, blah, blah. They're not even together anymore. And I was like, I get it. And we had a really fun conversation after that, but it was the most surreal phone call of my entire life.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we want to hear stories like that from you, Rockaholics. 206-803-ROCK. For whatever reason, what was the most surreal phone call you ever received, or the most surreal phone call you ever had to make? 206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Lincoln Park.
The Daily Migs Show.
For whatever reason, what was the most surreal phone call you ever received? Or what was the most surreal phone call you ever had to make? 206-803-ROCK. Rose in Tacoma, who called your son on his 21st birthday?
Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay. That had to have been one of the more like, did you have that moment where you're looking at your phone, you're like, okay, are you really Weird Al, or are you playing with me?
Well, I wasn't there. He was in the hospital fighting leukemia, and because it was a pandemic, I wasn't allowed to be with him. So he was all alone. And I have a friend who works in an industry that deals with a lot of the big entertainment that comes to town, and he called in a favor to a favor, and he got Weird Al to call my son on his 21st birthday, just to wish him happy birthday, keep fighting. And my son was such a huge fan of Weird Al. And he called me and he said, Mom, how did you do that? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I had to suss out, like, how did this happen? But, a couple months later, my son lost his fight with leukemia, but that was he had said for several months that was just like the best birthday gift that he'd ever gotten.
Oh man, and Rose, we love you. I know you've been through so much, and you've shared your story about your son and how long he's no longer with us. And I always love when you text us and share some stories and keep the spirit of your son alive. And we have nothing but love for you.
Yes, thank you guys so much. We love you guys.
Thanks, Rose.
But what a great moment. And props to Weird Al. Like the fact that, that's got to be a tough call to make because you don't know the person. He's dealing with some stuff and he still was able to make that phone call and bring a smile on a kid's face. How surreal is that?
I mean, I've only heard good things about Weird Al ever. And so it makes me very happy to know that he would do something like that. Take time out of his very busy life.
What about you, Taryn Daly? T-Dog?
I mean, I guess for me, probably the most surreal phone call was when, Brad and I entered that competition to get married, and we ended up winning the contest. So when they called us to say, like, hey, you're getting married on Saturday, you have 4 days to figure it out, that was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
I mean, most people get 6 months to a year or even more than that to plan a wedding, and we had 4 days.
Well, as someone who had more than 4 days to plan a wedding, I think it worked out better for you because you kind of have to just hurry up and make it happen as opposed to overthink and rethink things, especially the week leading up to our wedding. I always tell people, I'm like, look, planning a wedding wasn't all that hard. As a guy, I know it's harder for the ladies, and props to you for having to put in all that effort and time, but it was that week leading up to it where I was like, oh man, this is stressful. I don't like this. Can we hurry up and finish this whole thing so we could get married?
206-803-ROCK, the most surreal phone call you ever had to make or ever received. Mr. Mike in Eatonville, this just happened last week to you.
Yes, it did.
Tell us about it.
Well, after 40-some years of listening to The Rock, I've taken pictures of Mount Rainier here in Eatonville, and I stopped one morning. I needed something to break, and I called you and got on the radio.
That was the best.
You were the best.
Oh, thanks, man. I needed something to break.
Rock on, Mr. Mike.
Year. So, I called the second time, and I can't believe the second time in the same spot, I got you again. That's just amazing.
Oh, man, you rock, Mr. Mike. Thanks for the call. Appreciate you.
Keep calling. Gerald in Auburn, what was the phone call that you received?
A call from Sammy Hagar's guitar tech.
Why?
I had airbrushed 2 T-shirts back in the day when he played at the Paramount. And I wound up throwing them on stage, hoping to get them signed and throw them back to me.
Uh-huh.
But that didn't happen. But some people I met, I told them where I worked. And we all tried to see Sammy after the concert where he would exit. Well, security told me that he already left. Well, I wound up leaving. The other people stayed. And apparently they gave the information of where I worked. And like 2 weeks later, I get a call at work. And he goes, yeah, I'm Sammy Hagar's guitar tech. Where do I send these 2 T-shirts?
And you got them back.
I got one back, and I told them to auction off the other one.
And Sammy signed the T-shirt?
Signed the T-shirt,
That's
and then
awesome.
also I had a pocket on the shirt, and they had, as I was folding it up, they had 4 guitar picks in there.
Okay.
Oh, that's way cool.
For a half a second, I thought you were going to say you put like a joint in there or something crazy along those lines. The guitar picks are probably way cooler.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, Rockaholics, we have been saying the same thing for a couple weeks now, and that is the fact that Steve Migs has 69 losses in the game of Beat Migs, and we're trying to find someone that can knock it into 70.
Right. People have tied me, and then I have beaten people, but no one has beaten me in a while.
The record, 233 wins, 69 losses, and 38 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 650.
The Daily Migs Show.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragececk.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragececk.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spunks puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Flash from Tacoma is. Flash, are you there?
I'm here.
Woo! I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Before I go, I have to play this. Anytime someone's name is Flash, you got to do this. Okay, I'll go.
For those playing at home, Flash has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What is the square root of 64?
8.
Correct. Which DC superhero does Jason Momoa play?
Aquaman.
Correct. What lake is on the border of California and Nevada?
Pass.
Greg, Peter, and Bobby were all characters in what 70s sitcom?
Brady Bunch.
Yes.
Lake Tahoe is the last. Lake Tahoe is the
yes. How many children does Justin and Hailey Bieber have together?
2.
No.
1.
Correct. What KISS member is known as the Demon?
Gene Simmons.
Correct. What candy bar does Sloth eat in the classic movie The Goonies?
Pass.
The acronym DVD stands for what?
Digital video disc.
Correct. Who was the only president to be elected 4 times?
Oh, boy. Pass.
What is the atomic number for hydrogen?
H.
No. Flash, you got 7 correct, though.
Pretty flashy, I'd say.
Ooh, you were on a roll there for a while.
I know. The president one really got me.
You know what?
I think it's going to get Steve, too.
I think it's going to as well. I think it might be pretty close. Steve, are you ready?
You saved every one of us. Oh, yeah!
What is the square root of 64?
69.
No.
8?
Yes. Which DC superhero does Jason Momoa play?
Oh, Aquaman.
You know it.
I don't like it, though. But that's
what?
What?
What lake is on the border of California and Nevada? Who doesn't like Jason Momoa's Aquaman?
Well, I just picture Aquaman had blonde hair. He wasn't like this. He looked like Roman Reigns in the WWE. A whole other thing. I don't know that one now. Pass.
Greg, Peter, and Bobby were all characters on what 70s sitcom?
The Brady Bunch.
Correct.
Not that it was a bad performance.
How many children does Justin and Hailey Bieber have together? He's beautiful. He can play whoever he wants to play.
They just had a kid. One?
Yes.
Yeah.
What KISS member is known as the Demon?
Gene Simmons.
You know it. What candy bar does Sloth eat in the classic movie The Goonies?
Baby Ruth.
Yes. The acronym DVD stands for what?
Digital Video Disc.
Correct. Who was the only president to be elected 4 times?
I'm going to go Washington.
No.
Adams?
No.
Roosevelt.
Which one? Be more specific.
Theodore.
No. What is the atomic number for hydrogen?
Franklin. 2.
No.
Oh, boy.
Steve, wow.
Oh, no.
How do we do?
Oh, no.
You got 7 correct, which is a tie. 7-7. Wow.
Rock on, Flash.
At least you tied. You didn't lose.
And one more of these for you. Miracle, I tied.
That was a miracle, yes. Flash knew that Lake Tahoe is on the border of California and Nevada.
I didn't know that.
He didn't know Baby Ruth, though.
It's such an iconic... I guess if you haven't watched the movie, you won't know that, but that's such an awesome scene.
I had no idea.
Ruth. Baby Ruth. That was the best I could do.
Well, I've never seen it, so you sound crazy to me.
Wait, you've never seen the Goonies?
Okay,
No.
come on.
Sarah, get out.
So I didn't know this answer. I didn't even know he ate a candy bar.
Did your husband George get mad at you about that?
Oh, probably. I don't even know if he knows that I've never seen that. But maybe I'll do the baby.
You want a candy bar?
You do now.
Look, I got a Baby Ruth. Sir?
Let it stand. Pardons. And now, the final crowning touch to this cake. Take about a spoon of cocoa.
I'm going to throw it to you, okay?
Put it in a shake this sieve.
You did a good job, Taryn.
Thank you.
Baby? The only president to be elected 4 times, FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt. And the atomic number for hydrogen, you were so close, but it's just 1. Not 2. Yes, but congratulations. You tied. You're still holding on to that 69.
Crazy.
For dear life.
KISW presents the Halloween Hullabaloo coming up on October 13th at the ShoWare Center in Kent. We've got Godsmack and Hailstorm coming to town for this big party, and the tickets are on sale now at KISW.com.
Can't wait.
Now, it seems like every time we show up to work on a Monday, this show likes to give me a really hard time and make fun of me for all the random people that just show up at my house.
Because every weekend you say, and my cousins came over and then these other people showed up unannounced. Everybody shows up unannounced. I'll tell you how many people show up unannounced to my house. 0. 0.0.
Rockaholics, do you think you could guess how many people I had over? It certainly seems like most weekends I have this revolving door of people coming and going.
All the time.
Everybody's hanging out at my place. So we're going to test you, Rockaholics, to see if you can guess how many were at my house with a little thing we're going to call home invasion.
Let's head on down to a place called Stanwood. They call it Taryn Daly's hood. Every weekend, people come visit. Taryn's door is open, no matter who is it. Where her home is welcome to anyone. It's time to play Home Invasion.
It was real nice of Rascal Flatts to write that for us.
Yeah, you can hear the full version on our sister station.
Yes. I believe it's the #1 song. Morgan Wallen's covering it now.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's start with Andy in Tacoma. Andy, how many people do you think I had over at my house this weekend?
You know, I'm going to say you had a whole bunch of nobody over at your house.
Oh, like a trick question. Oh, wow. I think in all the time I've known you, Taryn, I think only once you said nobody was there, and that was like a couple of weekends ago when you were sick.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, bad news for Andy. It was more than no. It was more than none. Sorry, Andy.
A texter said 22 people.
Ooh. It was less than that.
All right. So he said 12 people.
Less than that. Shocking.
Sarah, how you feeling? What are you thinking?
We're including kids, right?
Yeah, of course.
They are people.
We're not including like Amazon delivery drivers or anything like that.
Well, I mean, sometimes you invite them over.
Come on in.
Have a beer.
Yeah, I'm going to say 7.
Ooh, that's very close.
Kevin, filling in for Danny V?
9.
9.
Nope, it's less than that.
All right, well, I'm going to go with 9's favorite friend, 6.
You did it!
Boom!
It was cousins. It was my sister. It was my parents. We had both Friday and Saturday was like mostly family gatherings, but there were Swedish pancakes. I made zucchini bread and zucchini muffins for everyone.
Did you know all these people were coming over? No, that blows my mind.
The best part was, so Friday night we had a sleepover with the cousins. So it was just the cousins and Barrett and Brad and myself. But then in the morning I started making zucchini bread and zucchini muffins and Swedish pancakes.
Just in
Next
case?
thing I know, my parents are like, we're coming over because we heard there's food. So then my parents were there and then my sister showed up. So yeah, it went from 0 to 100 real
I
quick.
was like, how good did this food smell that they could smell it outside the streets of Stanwood and said, you know what we need to do? Go over to Taryn Daly's house.
Well, and then I sent you guys a picture of the zucchinis that we're harvesting
They
right
were
now.
massive.
They are giant. So we harvested 4 more yesterday. So I'm going to be baking bread all week, and I will bring you some.
I do have a question. So is this something that's common with all the Dalys, or is it just Taryn Daly and Brad where everybody just feels that they can just show up unannounced and it's not a big deal? I love it. It's so old school. I mean, I'm not, as much as I make fun of you, there's something really cool and endearing to the fact that your door is always open. Like you are the Motel 6 of Stanwood.
It's true. Well, I definitely think I'm the
The
one.
light's always on.
It's way more my thing than Brad's thing. I think sometimes he's like, Taryn, really? Like, who did you invite to dinner? What is happening?
He's still very patient. My wife, on the other hand, if I even invite one person over, she'd be like, who is this person? And had they taken off their shoes?
Well, there were supposed to be 2 additional people that came over yesterday, but that ended up getting rescheduled. So it could have been 7. No, it could have been 8. But it was only 6.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, that's a pretty tame weekend.
And so they again, show up unannounced, and you got cousins over. How long do they stay over for?
I mean, the better part of 2 days. The littles were there for the better part of 2 days.
I thought you were going to say 2 hours.
We did pizza night on Friday night. We watched some movies. It was great.
So they all just stay over then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're 6, 5, and 4, so it's complete chaos.
I hope you really do hook Brad up with like great gifts for Christmas time. He's a saint.
Christmas time, more like Saturday night time.
Home invasion.
Rockaholics, one thing we're very excited about coming up this weekend, Metallica's going to be in town.
Oh, I cannot wait. We're all going on Friday.
Yeah. We're going on Friday. Kevin, are you doing Sunday too?
I'm going to both.
Of course he is. He's the host of Metal Shop.
He's the most metal guy we know.
This is the most metal weekend of all time in Seattle.
So, Rockaholics, we're just curious if you would like a shot at winning tickets to Sunday's show.
I believe this is our last pair of tickets.
This is the final pair. Yeah. So here's the deal. You have to be a huge Metallica fan. And if you are, call in now. 206-803-ROCK. If you are a big Metallica fan, now is the time to call.
Yeah, you got to know their songs.
Mm-hmm. 206-803-ROCK. Your shot at winning tickets is coming up at 7:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
First, the bad news. SAP Business AI won't help you generate cubist versions of your family's holiday photos. But it will help you understand which supplier is best to help you roll out your plant-based packaging in Southeast Asia, or identify the training your junior project manager needs to rise up the ranks, and automate repetitive tasks while you focus on big innovations, so you can be ready for the next opportunity. Revolutionary technology, real-world results. That's SAP Business AI.
Seattle is buzzing because Metallica is coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday nights at Lumen Field. We are going, and we want you to go too. But you have to be willing to sleep around with Metallica.
It's time to go to sleep. Put it down with the tickets on the rock. The Daily Migs Show wants you to sleep around. Sleep around. Sleep around for the Metallica tickets. Go to sleep. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not able to get Metallica, but thanks to Dave Mustaine and Megadeth for writing that song for us.
It's a real toe tapper.
Sleep around.
So, Rockaholics, we have some lullaby versions of Metallica hits, and we're going to play a lullaby Metallica song, and you just have to guess what the song is. That's pretty easy, right,
Super
Migs?
simple. But it's weird hearing them in lullaby version because it takes a second for your brain to adjust.
Totally.
Yes.
So let's meet our contestants. We have Mary Carr in Renton. Good morning, Mary Carr. What is your favorite Metallica song?
Unforgiven too.
Oh, yes. The video's so trippy, too.
And have you ever had the chance to see them live before?
Yes. I can't remember. The last time they were here, I forgot what year was that.
2017, probably.
Was it 2017?
Yeah, I think it was.
Was it? Oh, that was, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Well, let's meet.
Karen, I met you last Saturday.
Oh, right on. Well, glad you're playing for these Metallica tickets this morning, Mary Carr.
Did you show up to her house unannounced with some cousins as well?
That was
I
it.
met her at Mike's Chili.
Mike's Chili Parlor.
For the men's room party.
Oh, yeah. It was a good time for sure. Now, let's meet your competitor, who is Leo. Leo's on I-5. What's up, Leo?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
We are curious. What is your favorite Metallica album?
Favorite Metallica album would be Ride the Lightning.
Yeah,
Good choice.
that's a great one.
And have you ever seen them live before?
One time, I don't remember much. I was about 2, so it was like 1994 when I saw them.
Oh, that's awesome, though. Starting it off right.
Man, awesome parents right there.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to play 30 seconds of a Metallica song that is the lullaby version, and you just have to guess what it is. The first to get 2 songs correct will win those Metallica tickets for Sunday's show. Steve Migs, are you ready?
I'm ready. So, Maricar, we're going to start with you first. I'm going to play a lullaby version of a Metallica song. As soon as you know it, let us know. But if you don't know it after 30 seconds, you're done, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. It's so creepy sounding.
Wherever I may roam.
Oh, no, that was Enter Sandman. I thought that was an easy one.
Ripping your pillow.
That was easy.
It's easy once you know it, though. But yeah, it's weird. It messes with your brain a little bit hearing the lullaby version.
All right, Leo, are you ready for your song?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Okay, what do you think?
Nothing Else Matters.
All right, Leo's on the board.
I know. It sounds like something like a serial killer would play.
That's what I was just thinking.
Right?
I'm about to kill you.
All right. We're going back to Mary Carr, another Metallica lullaby song.
All right, good luck, Maricar. Here you go. You got to get this one right. Otherwise, well, you've lost the game.
Yeah.
Kevin's got it.
The Unforgiven.
out was Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets. Well, congratulations to Leo, man. You're going to Metallica.
Yeah, right on. Thank you so much.
All right, hang on, Leo. We'll get you all squared away. That's going to be such a good show.
Oh, it's
I'm
gonna be
very
great.
excited.
And unfortunately, they're not going to play those versions. Although I think Kevin now might be thinking about having a child now after hearing those.
Those are awesome.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine Metal Shop at bedtime?
Well, you should finish every Metal Shop with a lullaby song to put everybody to bed.
Aww.
All right, you know what? Let's put Kevin to the test real quick.
One.
Yeah!
Boom, nailed it. All right, one more real fast. Let's see. This one's really haunting sounding. I don't know if I want my kid listening to this at night. She might show up to our door with a knife in her hand.
Fade to Black?
Bam!
Boom! See, what's so hard about this
why
game?
he's the host of Metal Shop.
All right, dude.
Metallica is coming this weekend, and everybody is fired up. But there are two huge rock bands that are rumored to be reuniting and maybe even touring. Who are they? We will tell you after Metallica.
The Daily Migs Show.
People thought it would never happen. Liam and Noel Gallagher have sparked some speculation online about what is going on with Oasis. Is it a reunion? Is it a tour?
I saw the tweet and I'm seeing the speculation because all the tweet says, or the X post, whatever it is, just gives tomorrow's date and some static, and that's it. So people were assuming it's got to be a reunion. And honestly, when I looked at that, my first thought was, what the F? Even though as dumb as that sounds, I just thought that was something that would never happen because of those two.
Yeah, it's been a very bumpy road for them. They have not performed together since they split in 2009, which I believe it was August 28th, 2009 was when they announced it was. So it's almost 15 years to the day.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Had this like crazy backstage fight, and obviously the rest is history. But
yeah, they fought in France.
Oh my God.
The land of love.
So rumors are suggesting they may play some major gigs next year, possibly like a Wembley Stadium type thing.
Do you think they'll play this song? It'd be so great if they just decide to do this tour and they don't play Wonderwall.
Oh my gosh.
They're like, look, we still got to be douches.
I'd ask for a refund.
Would you?
Maybe not. But I would definitely go. I never saw Oasis.
I saw them twice. Once at the Paramount and once at, I believe it was the Angel of the Winds Arena when it was just called like the Everett Arena, whatever it was called at the time. But and both times they were great live.
Well, they are not the only band.
If you had to pick another song, though, from Oasis.
Oh, I always liked Don't Look Back in Anger.
Don't Look Back in Anger is a good one.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
Basically, that entire What's the Story Morning Glory album was like very high on my list back in the day.
I always dug this one. This is just peak rocking and whining. That voice. Supersonic. That's a good one.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of bangers.
Slowly walking down the hall.
God, look at all these music videos are like exactly the same too. There's wind blowing.
It does. They
very dramatic.
They definitely look like the Temu version of the Beatles, though. And I love these songs, man. I'm kind of fired up. People are saying if they do Wembley, there's a good chance that they could do several nights there and they would sell them all out.
Field trip.
And that's like 70, 80,000 people could fit in that stadium, if not more.
Well, did you see who else is teasing a little something?
Who's that?
That would be Linkin Park. Ooh. And they launched a countdown. It's a 100-hour timer on their social media accounts. What they are counting down to, we're not really sure. Some think that there could be a new vocalist, and I know they linked up with that one female front woman kind of recently, and she knocked it out of the park.
Her name, and I know because some people are like, who are they going to go with? And I know we've had this conversation before. If this is true and that they're going to reunite, I would love to see, her name is Bonnie Fraser, and she's an emo pop punk type band called Stand Atlantic. Actually, they were here doing emo night when Danny was out of town. They were the guest DJs, but she covered Bleed It Out with Mike Shinoda, who's in Lincoln Park. He went to Australia, got a bunch of musicians to play some songs with him, and then they did this.
Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. I bleed it out. I'm open up these scars. I'll make you face this.
That's her.
I've thrown myself so far.
Sign her up.
Look at my arm. I got the chicken skin. I got the goosies.
The goosebumps are coming. She sounds nothing like Chester, but it's kind of like William Duvall with Alice in Chains. He doesn't sound like Lane, but he still adds a lot to the songs.
And I think that's the direction that Linkin Park would have to go, honestly. You can't have Chester 2.0.
You won't be able to find somebody to do that.
Not at all.
Yeah, I would sign her up immediately if I was them. I think that'd be a cool vibe.
So tomorrow we find out about Oasis. The Linkin Park countdown is scheduled to end on Wednesday. This is a big week, Rockaholics. I'm freaking out.
I can't sleep. Metallica's this weekend. We might have Linkin Park, and we have Oasis.
It's almost too much.
The late 90s have called, early 2000s. We're back, bitches. Limp Bizkit was just here.
Oh, my God.
It's like I'm 27 again.
You know, the only thing that could make me more excited right now?
Young forever, Taryn.
The only thing that could make me more excited right now is if someone beats you at Beat Migs. We need someone to deliver that 70th loss in Beat Migs. 233 wins, 69 losses, and 39 ties in 2024. You had a tie this morning already. We will play Beat Migs at 7:50, 206-803-ROCK.
The Daily Migs Show.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Omri from Bothell is. Omri, are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Omri has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am. Let's do it.
What band had the 70s hit songs Sweet Emotion and Dream On?
Aerosmith.
Correct. What country would you find the Colosseum?
Italy.
Correct. What fast food restaurant is reportedly developing its own streaming service?
McDonald's?
No.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes. What is the main profession of Nintendo character Luigi?
He is a plumber.
Correct. Mark Cuban is part owner of what NBA team?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Yes. A camera inspired the original logo of what social media platform?
Instagram.
Yes. What movie does Robin Williams dress up as a British nanny?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Correct. Which animal is known for its black and white coloration and its distinctive smell?
Skunk.
Correct. Omri, you got 8 correct.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That was great. Every question you got right.
Like it was no thing.
Oh my gosh. I think we might have a winner.
Oh, here he comes.
Here he comes. Steve.
Gotta be focused today. Gotta
Yeah,
be
you
focused.
do.
I wasn't very focused earlier and I tied. I lucked out.
I know. You weren't focused.
Yeah.
But are you ready?
Let's go.
What band had the 70s hit songs Sweet Emotion and Dream On?
Aerosmith.
Yes. What country would you find the Colosseum?
Like Greece?
No.
Italy.
Correct. What fast food restaurant is reportedly developing its own streaming service?
What the hell? Chickens. Chick-fil-A.
Correct. What is the main profession of Nintendo character Luigi?
He's a plumber.
He is. Mark Cuban is part owner of what NBA team?
Dallas Mavericks.
Correct. A camera inspired the original logo of what social media platform?
Instagram.
Yes. What movie does Robin Williams dress up as a British nanny?
Popeye.
No.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yes. Which animal is known for its black and white colorization and its distinctive smell?
A zebra?
No.
Black and white. A panda.
No.
Black and white colorization. A white tiger.
No. What is the currency in India?
Oh, crap. Rubles?
No.
Yen?
No.
Pass.
How many seasons did the sitcom Friends have?
9?
No. Steve, you got 7 correct, which is a great score, but not great enough. 8-7. Omri, you won. Sir, you do not have 69 losses anymore. So sorry. It was about time, though. Thank you, Omri.
We've only ever tied before. 3 games I played, so.
Wow. And now you are the winner.
Good for you, Omri.
How do you feel, Steve?
I just don't feel like I should even play the game anymore. I had a purpose.
And
I had
now-
something to play for.
Now you got to retire.
Yeah.
Okay. Peace out, everybody. It's been real.
70 losses. It's
Yeah.
just so embarrassing.
Walk off into the sunset.
Also,
Man, that went forever, though.
It
That
did.
was at least a couple weeks.
There were so many wins, so many ties, but no losses. It was a lot of fun.
And you're going to kick yourself, really. Which animal is known for its black and white colorization and its distinctive smell?
Skunk.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. I didn't hear
You could have
smell
died.
part.
We would have taken Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, oui.
And the currency in India, you were close. It's not a ruble, it's a rupee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you were also close with the sitcom Friends.
Was it 8?
It was 10.
10.
Just so close, but not close enough. Congratulations on losing.
Don't worry, Steve. You'll have another shot at 850.
Thanks, Taryn.
If you have not already done a little shopping in the Rock Shop, head to KISW.com where we have the new Daly Migs t-shirt available while supplies last exclusively, I might add. It is the Beavis and Butthead inspired shirt. If you grew up watching this show, you're going to love it.
Oh, I love it too. It's so great.
Head to KISW.com and big thanks to the artist Justin Hunt who turned us into those iconic characters.
I am the great Cornholio. I need kippy for my bunghole.
That is a great transition right there, Steve Migs, because today is National Toilet Paper Day.
Well, happy National Toilet Paper Day to you, Taryn.
Oddly enough, one member of our show celebrated this day early over the weekend as random people were throwing full rolls of toilet paper at him. Why? We will tell you after Twisted Sister.
The Daily Migs Show.
Migs, you had a big night Friday night, a wrestling event down in beautiful Lacey, Washington.
And shout out to all the Rockaholics who came out, man. There were a lot of KSW fans that came out to Lacey, to the Thurston County Fairgrounds to come see me wrestle at Oblivion Pro Wrestling.
And it sounds like there were a lot of great interactions with Rockaholics and fans, but there were also some weird ones, I understand.
Well, I'm a little misunderstood by some of the fans. They don't like me. So in wrestling, for not to get super nerdy, but like, if you truly love a guy, like in Japanese culture, you throw streamers, and it's kind of like the ultimate sign of respect. Like, oh, we love you. The ultimate sign of disrespect would be, instead of streamers, you throw toilet paper. And that's exactly what happened to me while I'm in the ring. My back is turned. They're announcing my opponent, and I start getting hit with toilet paper rolls that are flying in from the crowd because I have no idea what's going on. And there's video of it. So I posted on my social media pages that I'm Steve Migs, but you could hear the audio of the crowd reacting when all of a sudden toilet paper, which was not, some people were like, did you know that was going to happen? I was like, no idea. Caught me by surprise. I did have to bite my cheek to not start laughing because I thought it was just hilarious. Now I'm picking up the toilet paper. I don't know if you could hear that young child yelling, "You suck, Baldy," which is always fun.
So if you had to guesstimate, how many rolls of toilet paper do you think were...
6, maybe 7 rolls. I'm not exactly
handed
sure.
them out somewhere?
Or they brought them with them. I met some of the guys that threw it. They were like, I hope you're not mad at us. I'm like, no, that was hilarious. My favorite part about it is to go back to Friday on our show. We were trying to raise as much money as possible. So we all took shots of hot sauce. And without getting graphic, and we shared it on the air, and I even said, there's a very good chance that I might, have an accident in the ring because of the hot sauce is going right through me. And all day I was in bad shape. I ain't going to lie. Like, I almost had to tell my opponent, like, hey, just don't throw me around. I can't guarantee things are going to go well. So fast forward to intermission, a guy comes up and goes, did they throw toilet paper because they thought they heard the show and you mentioned that you were going to poop yourself? And I was like, that would be hilarious, but no, I think they did it just to troll me.
Unrelated.
Yeah.
But also related.
Yeah. Well, also, how are you guys after the shots?
Not good.
I was in bad shape all day because of that a couple of hot sauce shots.
When I got home, I was like, Brad, I got to lay down for a couple minutes. I was writhing around in my bed like a pit viper. I was not good.
Oh, I was sitting somewhere. For an extended period of time. I tell my wife, I'm not doing good. And she's like, are you sick? I'm like, I told her why. She's like, yeah, well, I don't really feel sympathetic. Yeah. I was like, I raised money for children in need.
Yeah.
And you don't feel sympathy?
I finally recovered just in time to go meet up with the Bike MS team at Crucible Brewing, but I thought I was going to have to bail on it.
So you got on a bicycle?
Well, we didn't ride on Friday. We rode yesterday, thank God. But the funny thing is,
a terrible idea.
We were supposed to ride on Friday, but then the weather was going to be so bad that I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I'm so glad that I didn't ride on Friday because that would have been a disaster.
It was so bad.
I can't believe you did athletics.
Well, I got to be honest with you. There was a moment where I was like, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Thankfully, by like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, things started feeling a little bit better, or at least where I didn't have to worry.
Yep. I think it was about 5 o'clock is when I started to feel normal. And same thing, like no sympathy from Brad, no sympathy from my mom, no sympathy from my sister. They're like, you're an idiot. Why would you do that?
For the children.
For the kids.
Sarah, were you doing all right?
I was okay, except then when I started drinking Friday night, I really, you can't let anything stop you, but I really wanted an espresso martini. But I didn't because I was like, I don't know how the mix is going to be.
That's the last thing I would want to do that night was have alcohol.
I mean.
But you're Sarah.
Me, come on now.
Yeah.
If I was in pain later, I would just deal with it then. But no, I was good. The alcohol helped, actually.
I like that she was so good, and she's the one that picked out the hot sauce. So,
well, and meanwhile, I think I was the one that was dying the most here.
You were,
because I was dying for the full show.
You were hunched over pretty much during every break because you have 2 shots of the hot sauce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to go back and answer calls, and I was just drooling when I was talking to people. So it was not fun.
The Rockhogs right when they texted and saying, "Oh, just wait till later. It's going to hurt more."
It sure did.
And they were right.
Over the weekend, the Seahawks.
Oh, and quick thanks to all the Rockhogs who donated money for Kicks for Kids. Sorry to interrupt you. But we did hit our goal of over $20,000 raised for children that want brand new shoes for the new school year. And thanks to Mary's Place. But you can still make donations at KISW.com because the more money we raise, they have more kids that would appreciate free pair of shoes. The more we raise, the more kids get taken care of.
Absolutely. Over the weekend, we had some very exciting action from our Seahawks. They won their last preseason game, and one former player just can't stop raving about the Hawks, which, of course, pissed off some people on social media. So we will go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
NFL analyst and former quarterback Robert Griffin III tweeted about
RG3.
The Hawks preseason game.
Yes.
It's very exciting. Very specifically, the Geno to DK touchdown. And he did share that video of the touchdown.
To the air once again. To the end zone. DK Metcalf. No flags. Touchdown Seahawks. What were you saying about that explosive new Seahawks offense, Mike Rob? Holy cats.
Holy cats. What
And
does that
then
even mean?
RG3 wrote this, quote, "What you see is Geno Smith and DK Metcalf playing big boy ball. What I see is Geno Smith and the new Seahawks offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb cooking up 7-course meals all year with the offensive weapons they have. Buckle up 12s. It should be a fun ride this year. Hashtag go Hawks." End quote.
Which I kind of love after really, Geno, he had 5 passes, I think, or something. We are all losing our minds, myself included, man. I was like, I can't wait to see the regular season when we get to see all the starters and see exactly what, Geno Smith is going to get to do with a new offensive coordinator and just a new vibe in the Seahawks training grounds,
Of course, many had an opinion about this tweet from RG3, so we are going to go straight to the comments.
Yep, we found a few of those comments on social media. We sent them to Jason, our production director, just to illustrate how stupid people get, how worked up, both good and bad, about stuff, and then they just decide to share it on social media. So are you ready for the first comment about Robert Griffin III being excited about the Seahawks' upcoming season?
Let's go Hawks.
All right.
Hey, here's an idea. Shut up, RG3. Such a dumbass steak. The Browns didn't even play 30 other players. The Sea Chickens suck. Okay, let's not get silly here on this app. Go Niners.
Oh.
Okay, now that makes sense. All right, you're a Niners fan.
Get
okay.
out.
I don't know why, and I don't even care if people crap on the Seahawks. There's just something about the nickname Sea Chickens. It's just so cringy to me.
So annoying.
Even if I wasn't a Seahawks fan, I'd be like, that's a silly insult, but all right, whatever. It was funny, though, seeing like how many Cleveland Browns players, how many players were not playing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the tweet where they listed every player that wasn't playing for the Cleveland Browns? And it was about 30 names.
Yikes.
Finally, somebody commented on and just said, can you just tell us who's playing? Because it seems
easier.
like nobody is playing. Here's the next comment for about the Seahawks.
RG3 gets it. Seahawks football's gonna be fun this season. Hooray!
Okay.
I mean, it's usually pretty fun any season.
I have seen a lot of people on social media talking about how fired up they are for this upcoming season for the Seahawks, and they haven't been this excited in a while. I think it's just because we don't know what to expect. With a new coach, new offensive scheme, everything about it. They just made a trade earlier this morning for another dude. Like, there's just going to be a lot of unfamiliar faces out there and a lot of one-year deals, which means a lot of guys trying to prove their worth.
Oh, yeah, a lot of rebuilding happening.
Almost as excited as that guy that commented.
I am too.
Let's go.
Super ball bound, baby. Go Seahawks.
All right, that was my comment. I got really excited.
This is our year.
After they won that game. I was the one setting off the fireworks in Puyallup after every touchdown. It was me. That legitimately was happening.
How many different people do you think are setting off fireworks? Is it? It's many, many people. It's not just a couple of them.
During the regular season, I would say a handful. Mm-hmm. During preseason, there's just this one guy, and he set it off for every single score. Like as soon as they scored he had to be sitting outside with a match going or a flame going, just waiting for the touchdown to happen, and just sets it off. The moment the touchdown happened, within, I'd say, 15, 20 seconds, a firework went off. It was pretty impressive. Here's the next comment about the Seahawks.
I don't mean to point out the obvious here, but you do realize this was against the Browns' third string team, right?
I know. Just let us have this moment, though.
But our third stringers are better than their third stringers, and that's all that matters in football.
Take that. Take that.
Suck it. We have one more comment about the Seahawks and their last preseason game. Are you ready?
Yes.
Look, I'm not going to get too excited, but hey, at least it made me forget about the Seattle dumpster fires. What? I mean the Mariners. You saw they won the series over the weekend, right? Or did you miss that? Right.
You're absolutely right, Jason.
You know what? This past weekend was the week that Seattle sports fans needed, honestly.
It was the best sports weekend of all time. No, it was nice to see the Mariners won the series. And Sarah, you were there for the Mariners game on Friday, the first game with brand new coach Dan Wilson. Did you get to see Dan?
No. If I did,
You don't know what he looks
like? Let's get real, y'all. I kind of watched the game. I just really thought we were going to lose. And then all of a sudden they tied it up, and I was like, we have a chance?
Same. We almost turned it off. I was ready to watch a show. I'm like, let's just turn this off and watch a show.
Typical Mariners. They're not the typical Mariners anymore. They have a new coach.
Nope. Yeah. I'm glad we stuck it out. It was worth it.
And shout out to Sarah, who goes to games, gets completely faded, doesn't remember the games, but still refuses to leave until the final out is made.
Yes, I will stay till a very bitter end. And I have some friends who still wanted to leave before we even tied it up. And I was like, no, you never know what's going to happen. And it's fireworks night.
But the best part is by the next day, you don't even know what happened.
No, but I Google the score and I'm like, yeah, we won. Or I watch my Instagram stories and I'm like, that's right.
Drunk Sarah was really excited about this game.
I was.
You've probably seen the YouTube series Hot Ones. It's a really fun one to watch, but the latest celebrity to join in on the hot wing eating show is a rather odd pick. We're going to tell you what's trending after Beastie Boys.
The Daily Migs Show.
As you are getting your day moving along, Rockaholics, trying to understand exactly what is happening in the world of pop culture
What
can
is
be
life?
a tall order, especially on a Monday.
Yes.
So we are here to help you out and tell you what's trending.
Trending on the Daily Migs Show. Trending, let's go. Let's go.
Chris Hemsworth surprised fans at Ed Sheeran's show on Saturday night, and he jumped behind the drum kit to play a song, Thinking Out Loud, with Ed.
That's one of Ed's big hits. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Sure
I don't
you
know
do. You sing it every morning. Don't lie to us.
It was filmed for an upcoming episode of Hemsworth's National Geographic series called Limitless. Didn't know about that either. And here's Ed introducing him, and then after the show.
He's been on stage playing with us for the whole time, playing in time. Will you make some noise for Chris Hemsworth? Baby, now, take me into your loving arms. Yeah, we can love where we are. Make some noise for Chris. Give him a big round of applause, guys.
Would have been cooler if he jumped up on stage with like Metallica, though.
Oh.
Maybe this weekend.
Step it up.
Well, I'll be like, wait a second, the tempo is right. That's not Lars, that's Chris Hemsworth.
By the way, I do know that song.
I thought you would, right?
I didn't know it by the name of it, but once I heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm super hip. I know Ed Sheeran's music.
Super hip. That song is like 10, maybe 15 years old. Like, but you go on with your hip bad self there, Taryn Daly. Now, you guys, I don't know if you watch Hot Ones, but you know what Hot Ones is.
Oh, yeah.
You take a celebrity, you bring them into a room, you got a bunch of different hot wings of different varying levels of hotness, and the interviewer, he chats with them about their career, their life, while also giving them hot wings, and it's a lot of fun just to kind of witness how people react to it. Some have to call it quits, others are just like, yeah, let's keep it going, and it's always pretty fun to see who's willing to like go the distance. The newest person to be interviewed on Hot Ones, Disney's own Donald Duck.
Oh, boy.
I'm not exactly sure what that's going to mean, but it's out there. I guess it's marking his 90th birthday, so he's getting a little bit older there, Donald.
He's looking really good for 90, though, honestly.
Nothing has really dropped, and he doesn't wear pants.
Is it Botox? What is his secret?
So, yeah, he's on Hot Ones, and here's a clip of what it's going to sound like.
And I understand that your longtime girlfriend, Daisy, she's the one who put you up to this, right?
Well, no. We were watching Hot Ones, and she said, I bet you couldn't do that. And I said, oh, yeah, I show him how to do it. Just watch me.
I notice you have your cauliflower wings on that side of the table, but no water or milk to help you out?
Who needs that stuff? I can take it. I'll show you.
Plot twist, though, instead of giving him chicken wings, they give him duck wings. I'm kidding.
Oh, my gosh. Cannibalism?
No, they get cauliflower wings.
It's like the, what is the tots that you like? Tofu tots.
The tofu tots,
You should
yes.
give him some tofu nuggets.
How is this real? I am angry.
You know what? I'm sure Disney paid some good money as a good way to or maybe they didn't. Maybe the guy got free Disneyland tickets for this. I have no idea.
He's a cartoon character. He can eat as many as he wants because he doesn't feel it. This is making me upset.
This is the thing that you're going to call BS on?
Yes.
Do you not like fun?
This is not fun. This is stupid.
And it's not like the guy who's the voice of Donald Duck there eating it. Although they should make the guy who's the voice of Donald Duck actually eat the hot wings.
For authenticity.
Right. And then just create the cartoon based on how he reacts. Maybe they did do that.
That would make sense and make me less angry if they did that.
Okay, so if they do that, are you going to be okay with it then?
Yes, if someone is actually in pain eating these hot wings, I will feel better.
That's all that matters to you.
Especially after the Friday we had. We should just send the hot wings guys our sauce.
I always said I'd love to go on that show. Not that they would ever want me on it, but I'd always love to go on that show. But after having that hot sauce that we had on Friday for Kicks for Kids to raise money, I don't ever want to have anything hot again.
I think I'm taking a break too.
100%.
0 stars.
Yes.
Negative stars, please.
Steve, you would have a bite of one and then call it quits.
I'm good. It's a pleasure to meet you. Can we get a picture for my Insta? All right, I'm out.
Exactly.
Rockaholics, you might recall that just about an hour ago something happened. And that was Steve Migs was finally delivered his 70th loss in the game of Beat Migs.
I was, and it was rough.
But you know what? It could happen again. We could have 71 losses after someone gives us a call right now to play the game Beat Migs. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, and quite another navigating the world of negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. Guidance from an agent who's a Realtor can make all the difference, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Richard from Kirkland is. Richard, are you there?
I am here.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Richard has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Finish the line. Silly rabbit, tricks are for what?
Kids.
Correct. Kobe Bryant spent 20 years playing for what NBA team?
The Lakers.
Yes. The song Thank You for Being a Friend was the theme song to what 80s sitcom?
Golden Girls.
Correct. Krispy Kreme recently added a donut that's flavored like what soft drink?
Dr. Pepper.
Yes. Beginning with R, what is the real first name of Kid Rock?
Reginald.
What'd you say?
Reginald?
No.
Rodney.
No.
Pass.
Billy Crystal voices Mike Wazowski in what animated movie?
Monsters, Inc.
Correct. Which planet shares its name with a chemical element?
Jupiter.
No.
Saturn.
No.
Neptune.
No. Walt Disney had a phobia of what kind of rodent?
Mice.
Yes. What is the smallest ocean on Earth?
Atlantic.
No.
Indian.
No.
Pacific.
No. What planet did you say, Richard? The first planet you said?
Jupiter.
Okay, no, just wanted to make sure. You got 6 correct, though.
All right, let's hope that's enough.
Will a losing streak begin for Steve now? I mean, there was a very long winning streak and tying streak.
So I feel like it's about time that there's a losing streak.
I'm going to watch this starts my decline.
Yes!
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it does.
Not me.
Steve, are you ready? Yes! Yes.
Don't be too excited, Sarah.
Finish the line. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for what?
Kids.
Yes. Kobe Bryant spent 20 years playing for what NBA team?
The Lakers.
Correct. The song Thank You for Being a Friend was the theme song to what 80s sitcom?
Do. Golden Girls.
Correct. Krispy Kreme recently added a donut that's flavored like what soft drink?
Mountain Dew?
No.
I know, right? Gross. Four Loko.
Oh, I wish. No.
Sprite?
No. Beginning with R, what is the real first name of Kid Rock?
Richard?
No.
Robert.
Correct. Billy Crystal voices Mike Wazowski in what animated movie?
Inside Out?
No.
Upside Down?
No.
Up?
No. Which planet shares its name with a chemical element?
Which planet? Mercury.
Correct.
Mhm.
Walt Disney had a phobia of what kind of rodent?
Rats?
No.
Mice?
Yes. What is the smallest ocean on Earth?
The Indian Ocean.
No.
The Atlantic Ocean.
No.
The Ocean of Tranquility.
No.
Damn it.
Steve.
No.
You got 6 correct.
Oh, no.
Which is a tie, 6-6.
Yeah, you're kidding me.
So, no winner, no loser.
Yeah, we just shake hands and we go home.
It's been a rough morning.
It's been a rough morning for
I gotta
you.
get my Brett from Elite Mentality, my buddy Brett from Elite Mentality back on to get my brain on straight again.
Yeah.
Falling apart.
Richard didn't know Krispy Kreme has a donut that's flavored like Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is all the rage right now.
Yeah.
It's having a big comeback. It's the oldest soft drink ever. You know that?
And it's now the number 2. It surpassed Pepsi because of I think it's that strawberry drink. I've never had it, but apparently people lose their minds over this stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how a donut flavored would taste like it.
Probably tastes like Dr. Pepper. I don't know.
I don't know if I like that though. One that he got beginning with R. Oh, Robert you got that correct. Billy Crystal voices Mike Wazowski in Monsters Inc.
Oh, yeah.
And the smallest ocean.
The Arctic?
Yes.
Oh, good answer.
Well, that's the right one.
I thought it was Indian, but that was not correct. So.
No, it was not. Well,
And it's
congrats on tying.
Dr. Pepper, strawberries, and cream.
Oh, so that's the new rage.
Yeah, I mean, they have a bunch of other different flavors as well that are pretty popular, but that's the one I noticed like a lot of people talking about.
It doesn't sound great to me.
Well, we should try it.
All right.
Let's get some.
I'd be down to try it.
KISW presents the Halloween Hullabaloo on October 13th. We will be invading the ShoWare Center just in time for Halloween spooky season with Godsmack and Hailstorm. And those tickets are on sale now. You can get yours at KISW.com. Steve Migs, were you much of a movie watcher when you were a kid?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Both going to theaters. I remember my mom taking me to see Rocky 4.
Wow.
That
you
was
got a
pretty
cool
awesome.
mom.
The ultimate cool moment was my mom and my mom's friend, which was the mom to my buddy Chris. They took us out of school so that we could go see Empire Strikes Back as kids.
That's pretty rad.
Not once, but twice.
You're lucky.
I mean, yeah, for those reasons.
Rockaholics, if you ever were a big movie watcher as a kid, we have a very simple question for you. 206-803-ROCK, and we promise this is the most simple of questions. You just need to have seen a movie or two when you were a kid. 206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Guns N' Roses.
The Daily Migs Show.
Alien Romulus was the number 2 movie over the weekend, just absolutely kicking butt at the box office. And a little warning, it is not meant for kids.
No.
It's not a kid's show.
No, Wolverine and Deadpool, that's a show meant for children.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So there's a video that has resurfaced and is going viral from back when the original Alien movie hit theaters 45 years ago.
And that's the one with Sigourney Weaver, in the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
When the alien came out of the stomach.
Awful.
Oh, man,
Just
that was
awful.
such a gnarly scene.
So someone posted a local news interview from back in 1979 of a reporter checking in with parents, asking if they regretted bringing their young kids to see it.
You know that this was an R-rated movie when you brought him?
Yes, we did.
Are you sorry you brought him?
Yes, I am.
Are you glad you saw it? Yeah.
The kid's like, hell yeah. This thing was pretty badass. That's awesome. That Dad's like, yeah, my wife's going to be pissed at me, basically.
For sure.
There's some more people.
Are you sorry, sir, that you brought your son along to see Alien?
No, ma'am, I think you should have seen it. It's something that he needs to know that things like that could happen in life. That could be a true story.
Excuse me?
Hell?
Did he just say that this could be a true story?
This is an educational opportunity for the child to
He
be
goes
prepared.
more into detail about why.
based on, science. We never know what's going on the outside of the world.
Did the movie scare you at all? Yes, ma'am, it did. Would you recommend to your little friends who are your age to go see it? No, I wouldn't.
That's a little weird. I kind of want to know what happened to that kid now.
Oh.
Like, how did he grow up?
Nothing but nightmares.
Tell us more stories about your dad.
Steve Migs, this brings us to want to ask a simple question. And that question is, what movie traumatized you as a kid? Willie in Bellingham, what movie traumatized you as a kid?
Well, like I said, traumatized is a heavy word, but Poltergeist. What?
They're back.
Yeah.
No, how old were you when you saw it?
I must have been 9 or 10.
Oh, was it dad or mom that had you watch it?
Oh, no. My older brother.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude. Oh, Willie, then you'll love this. My brother made me watch Faces of Death.
Oh, I've never watched that. I still have never watched those.
I will never do that to my worst enemy. My brother thought it was hilarious. He thought he twisted mind right there. And if you've never seen, I don't even know if it was really legit or not, but I believe it might have been like real video footage of people getting murdered and death. And he had me watch it as a kid, and I'm like, why are you doing this to me? He's like, it's hilarious. And I'm like, what, watching your little brother just be traumatized for life? Thanks.
206-803-ROCK.
That's what big brothers do, though, right?
Jake from JBLM, what movie traumatized you as a child?
Child's Play.
Oh, Chucky.
Oh, my God.
So who'd you see the film with? Was it a parent, brother? Who was it?
It was my older sisters made me watch it when I was like 6.
Oh, my
And,
gosh.
yeah, my oldest sister had a collection of about 20 Cabbage Patch dolls. So
they
really threw a loop then.
They were trying to freak you out for good, huh?
Absolutely.
So somebody just texted and said, my dad took me to see Titanic when it came out. I was 6 or 7 years old. That's the first movie I ever cried at.
Well, Steve, you would know if you ever watched it. It is very emotional.
He said, when I went to school, I would pretend that I was dancing with Leonardo DiCaprio during recess. I was obsessed with that movie. My dad took me to see that movie in theaters 2 more times. He didn't even make me cover my eyes during that car scene.
Ooh.
This is a car scene on the boat?
Oh, yeah. Gets steamy in there.
Yeah, it does.
I'm good with that.
You want to know what it was for me?
Yes, I do.
Well, there were a couple, but The Never-Ending Story. Hands down.
Never-Ending Story.
Yeah, that one.
I've never seen the movie. I just know the song.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I remember like staying up late having dreams about horses being stuck in the quicksand. It was not good.
For me, this is a deep cut. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's a really low budget horror film, and it was called It's called Ghoulies. What I remember. And it traumatized me. I never wanted to go to the bathroom for like weeks after it because the monsters would come out of the toilet. They were the ghoulies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember one time my buddy Chris and we watched it. And his parents didn't care. And I remember going to his bathroom right after watching the movie. And I almost had a full-on panic attack because I saw 2 eyes in the bathroom.
No!
And I was freaking out. Turned out it was this dog that was just sitting in the toilet. Like, not on the toilet, but just sitting next to the toilet. I'm like, you freaking dog just scared the living crap out of me.
Okay, one more for you.
Okay.
Did you watch My Girl?
Oh, yeah. Damn
that one,
bee.
too.
I hate that bee.
God. I still hate bees to this day.
What about you, Sarah?
Mine, and wasn't even really, I don't know if you'd say it's a scary movie, but I watched it. I don't even know how old I was, but Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
That freaked me out.
Pretty hardcore as a kid to see like these dinosaurs just wreaking havoc or wrecking havoc, whatever the word is.
Well, and then to find out that dinosaurs were actually a thing, like they were real back in the day, I'm like, oh, okay, so they could come back maybe. Who knows? Yeah. I haven't watched it since.
All you need is a mosquito.
Okay.
Bringing them back.
Steve, I'm Googling ghoulies. They are the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. I love them.
We should watch this movie, Sarah.
I think I would love it.
It's so stupid.
I want ghoulies all over my house.
They do look like really like bad-looking gnomes.
They do.
Yeah, the production quality wasn't at its best back in those days.
Oh,
they're adorable.
Not when they're coming out of the toilet to bite your ass.
Oh, no, he looks pretty cute right now.
Best part is there's a sequel, Ghoulies 2.
No.
Of course.
Is it good?
I don't know.
Oh, you never saw it?
It's on my little queue to watch. I haven't gotten around to it.
Rockaholics, we know that you are a massive music fan. But do you think that you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove it to us, and you will win tickets to see Journey with Def Leppard at T-Mobile Park on September 4th. If you can do that, 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show. From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas. Boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
The Daily Migs Show presents the Extreme Music Showdown. Let's play Hook or Shook. Please sign this waiver before we continue. Thank you. We'll drop a 1-second snippet of the hook of a song. If you can't name the song, watch out. You're gonna get shook.
It is time to play Hook or Shook, and a big shout out to Kevin Deers, who has been filling in for Danny V. He is going to play 1 second of a hook from a song, and you have to guess what that song is. This week, we are playing for tickets to see Journey and Def Leppard at T-Mobile Park on September 4th. And let's say good morning to Scott from Federal Way, who is our contestant today. What's up, Scott?
What up?
So you got to get both of these songs right to win. The first one, you will be on your own. The second one, this is where you can get shook. As a member of this fine show, must get it right for you. And if not, you will lose, and caller 9 will get those tickets instead. Let's see who you're playing with. Will it be me, Migs, or Sarah?
All right, the wheels are spinning.
Come on, Migs.
I just passed Sarah. It's right now on. Dude, it's going to be me and you, my man. Let's do it.
Let's go, Steve. Let's go, Migs.
Let's go, Migs.
All right, Scott, here.
Let's go, Migs.
Scott, here is your first clip.
Oh, nice.
I know it. I know it already. It's Everlast. You really know what it's like.
What it's like.
Yep. Man.
Scott, you didn't even need my help.
Now let's see if Steve can.
Quite often.
And here I am thinking,
nice.
I'm trying to think of like good hints. Oh, former singer of House of Pain.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't need to do it.
It's all you. It's all you, bud.
All right, Steve, are you ready to do this for Scott?
I'm doing it for Scott. Let's win you these tickets.
Go.
Oh,
Oh, come on. You know that.
Scott, have a lot of fun at the Journey and Def Leppard show because that
Yes,
is the
I
Bare
bet you got
Naked
it.
Ladies 1 week,
Yes.
bitch. Oh. Okay, we don't need to keep listening to this song, do we?
Congrats, Scott. You're going to the show. It is a total toe tapper, though.
No, it's good for like 1 second, and that's it. Were you a Bare Naked Ladies fan?
I like some of the big hits.
I always loved that band, like the singer or one of the members was like a massive cokehead, and I don't know why, but that just like made them like somewhat a little bit more dangerous to me.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like you don't picture that band being like a band of like partying cokeheads.
No, not at all.
Right. I don't know if it was the singer, but it was one of the members.
Well, Rockaholics, if we have discussed something this morning that you would like to discuss, please give us a call now, 206-803-ROCK. We will check in with the Rockaholics after Pearl Jam.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
Throughout this beautiful morning, we have received texts and phone calls from our Rockaholics, but we've not yet had a chance to chat with everyone until now, where we are checking in with the Rockaholics. So please do give us a call if there's something you'd like to chime in on from this morning's show, or if you've got anything on your mind that you'd like to discuss. 206-803-ROCK. Earlier, we were talking about surreal phone calls. Surreal phone calls we've made. Surreal phone calls we have received. And Joe Dredd wants to weigh in on his. Joe, what was that call?
Good morning, folks.
What's up, Joe?
Well, anybody that knows me knows that I am a diehard KISS fan. Is that correct?
What?
I mean, for so many reasons, but I think one of the coolest reasons is that you are a part of an awesome tribute band from around here called Almost Human, where you play the Gene Simmons character.
That is correct. And because of Gene Simmons, you know, always wanted that. Actually, it's because of him that I became a bass player. But the story starts in 1993, where I had this fun idea to put together a more unique KISS tribute band where everybody in the band was Gene Simmons. And I called it Gene's Addiction.
I remember that.
Tongue-in-cheek kind of name.
Brilliant.
Right? So we were put together to play just one time. It was going to be a listener party for the KISS Alive 3 CD release party. And Susan Silver at the time, who was married to Chris Cornell, she was in talks with Gene Simmons because Soundgarden was going to do a song for the KISS tribute album. She faxed him one of our flyers, and he flipped out. He called her right away. What is this? What is this? So next thing I know, we're getting hooked up with a phone call from Gene Simmons at her office.
Whoa.
And, dude, it was great because I must have sat and talked to him for like 10, 15 minutes, speakerphone at her office and whatnot. And because of that phone call, I got a mailing address for him where I sent him a videotape of our live performance. And then in the mail, I received a cassette tape that somebody had sent him of KISS live in a nightclub in like late 73, early 74.
Uh-huh.
And then I sent him an autographed 8x10 color glossy of the band, as well as a couple Gene's Addiction T-shirts. And he actually wore that T-shirt in a photo shoot, which blew my mind when I saw it in a rock magazine. And the photo wound up in the History book, which is like a coffee table type book.
Yeah.
So when I found out that, I go, you know what? I could die tomorrow and things are fine because now I'm a part of history forever.
And so when you said he first found out and saw the flyer when Susan Silver sent it to him and he flipped out, was he flipped out angry and then you were able to calm him down, or was he just flipped out because he thought that was awesome that someone named their band Gene's Addiction?
He thought it was freaking awesome, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
He loved it. He looked, I called it Gene's Addiction because Gene is addicted to himself. His ego is out of control.
That's
so
true.
The name of the band was very appropriate.
It's so great.
It was his speed for sure.
Speaking of KISS, I got to ask our friend Sarah over here because she is our resident fan of Little People.
Oh, my God.
Did you see that? I saw a commercial on TV that Mini KISS is coming to town.
I saw the same commercial and I freaked out. I think it's at Muckleshoot Casino, right?
Like end of September?
Yeah. So, I mean, if anyone wants to go with me, I am so down.
If I don't have anything going on that night, and my schedule's kind of busy in September, but if that night is free and my wife doesn't roll her eyes too much, I'd be down to go.
I mean, your wife is obviously invited.
Oh, yeah, that's going to not happen. She doesn't want to see real KISS. She thinks she wants to see Little KISS.
I mean, I will say I did see the commercial with my husband, and he also kind of rolled his eyes. And so I don't like to go things by myself. So if we all want to go.
Well, then I have to go. I can't let you go by yourself. That would be wrong of me as your friend.
That would be really sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It does look amazing. And it would be dangerous for Sarah to be out on her own. We have to,
especially around that many little people.
Yeah.
It'd be dangerous for them. She might kind of freak them out.
Yeah, you guys would probably never see me again. I'm so in.
She all of a sudden goes on tour with Mini KISS.
Oh, my God. She's the new manager.
I wouldn't really fit in, but I would try my hardest.
Well, I don't know. Are they into mini groupies or are they into, like, large groupies?
It's one way to find out, Steve. Maybe I will find out.
We are counting down the days until Slipknot makes their appearance back at White River Amphitheater.
Less than 2 weeks.
But thankfully, they just avoided a massive scare because one member was burned by the pyro while on stage. He gave an update, and you'll hear from him at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
DJ Sid Wilson of Slipknot was hospitalized after he suffered some burns from an accident that took place back on August 23rd. So in an Instagram post, he gave us all this information and said that the incident involved an explosion and then showed himself receiving some treatment.
Hey, everybody. I had an explosion in my face.
He does not sound like he's doing okay.
No.
I'm okay. I'm gonna
No,
be...
you're not. You're not okay.
I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I did have some serious burns to my face and my arms. You can see the phone shaking. That's because I'm holding it and I am shaking. They're doing some x-rays in my chest right now to make sure I didn't inhale any flames.
Nice, man. I'm glad he's going to be okay, but it does not sound good right there.
And you think that the hospital, like the staff is like, hey, can you put your phone down? You don't need to Instagram this. Let's focus on keeping the oxygen going and all that. You know, it's like, rest, man. Just rest.
I got a feeling that nowadays they're probably just, they've seen it and done it all. Like they're probably just like, oh, here's another person posting, not realizing maybe, well, this guy actually does have a following. And there's probably a lot of people that maybe were at that show where the explosion happened that were concerned for his well-being.
Was it at a show?
I just assumed it was.
Because I read because you never know with the internet. I thought he like lit up a burn pile or something like that. Is that what it was?
So Kevin, Kevin, the host of Metal Shop, would know Slipknot.
So he's in a relationship with Kelly Osbourne, and they have a farm, and it was a burn pile accident. So pretty gnarly.
How ignorant am I? I just assumed when I heard this story that an explosion went off while they were performing because obviously,
assume, yeah.
I mean, Slipknot, just like a lot of metal bands, has a crap ton of pyro, and maybe he was moving around. I mean, we heard that story with James Hetfield from Metallica forever ago, and there's been a few other rock stars that have had incidents where they've been burned or singed a little bit. I just assumed that it was that. I didn't realize that he was just acting a fool and setting things on fire. Was that? I mean,
he probably threw a little gas on it. I would think.
I don't know.
I mean, for it to explode.
Yeah, I just saw burn pile accident. That's.
But also, you read all the things on social media, and you never know what's true. So, but we know it is true, and that is Slipknot coming to White River Amphitheater.
Yes, and so Kev, you were telling us that this tour, if you're expecting to hear some of their more recent stuff, I know that they've brought back the old outfits, and they're kind of like it's a little bit of a trip down nostalgia lane where it's like the old school look to Slipknot. But if you're going expecting to hear any of their newer stuff, you're not going to hear it.
Yeah, Corey Taylor, I saw a clip of them live during this tour, and he said, hey, I know you guys appreciate our full discography, but tonight we're playing songs from 1999 and before.
Crazy.
That's going to be a fun show.
A total throwback.
They are one of those bands that I was so late to the party. And I knew of them, obviously, and I knew people loved them. And I'll be honest, when I first heard about them and saw their pictures, I just wrote them off as being this gimmick, kind of silly, goofy band with makeup or clown masks. I'm like, they're heavy, whatever. And it was took 2-3 records, maybe even 4 records in when I finally was I should listen to this band. I think it was, who it was that got me to want to listen to them? Not that he told me. Chris Novoselic of Nirvana. It was he texted me and said, Steve, you should check out Slipknot. But I saw an interview where he's Slipknot reminds me the most of Nirvana based on the melodic stuff that they do with their songwriting. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I went back and listened to, I think it was Iowa, and I was like, oh my gosh, this band is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And became a fan ever since. But at first, I just kind of chalked them off as being a goof because they were, and I'm sure people did that with KISS.
Oh,
and maybe
yeah.
some were proven right. I personally still love KISS. But ever since then, I was like, man, I was so wrong about Slipknot.
I was also late to the party, and it wasn't until I saw them live that I was like, I am never missing a Slipknot show ever again.
Oh, you're going to go in a couple weeks?
Well, no, because I got to ride my bike and Bike MS that weekend. They did not consult with me on my busy schedule. So I will be riding a bike, just destroying my no-no zone in the Skagit Valley farmland somewhere. Thanks for bringing that up.
You said 10 seconds before I asked, you said, and that's the moment when I realized I will never not see Slipknot again. Are you going to go see them in the next show? Well, no.
Can't do it. It's really frustrating. I know when they announced the date, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
But then why'd you say that? Why would you say you knew full well you were going to the show, yet you still had to make this big statement of, I will never miss a Slipknot show again. Except for the one in 2 weeks.
I'm sending Kevin there. He's going to live stream it to me.
Sure.
It'll be like I'm there. Oh, Rockaholics. For more info on that show, by the way, you can hit up the events page at KISW.com.
If you see Taryn there, it's not her. It's just someone that looks like her.
There's an iconic TV show that said they were done. completely done. But now they are in talks of a return. We're going to tell you what it is during the Daily Migs download after Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMV is brought to you by Palace Lawn. How about your Seattle Mariners once again playing with all of our emotions? But you know what? They got a new manager, new things. That includes winning series. And they did that this weekend against the San Francisco Giants, beating them yesterday 4-3. So they won the series 2-1. And it was the big weekend debut of new manager Dan Wilson, who took over the team after that tough road trip. So hopefully the winning ways continue. They're at home again tonight, taking on Tampa Bay.
There are some reports suggesting that a 4th season of Ted Lasso could be in the works over at Apple TV.
All right.
Warner Brothers Television has renewed contracts for some of the key actors, indicating, the studio's intention to continue Ted Lasso. This, by the way, is one that I have not watched yet. So let me borrow your login and then I'll watch it.
Okay, I'm one season. I'm currently in season 2, and it's been several months since I've been watching it. But season 1 was so freaking great.
So they say that this season 4 hasn't technically been announced yet, but it could begin as early as 2025. So you have time to get all caught up before it starts.
Because season 3, they made it very apparent that the show was over. Apparently, I don't know what happened, but they made it, I guess, very clear that it was over. But of course, money talks.
Yeah, very loudly,
and popularity talks as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I guess I gotta watch now. I'm always late to the party, but I'll watch.
I almost was just like, I don't want to watch it. It's overhyped. Everybody won't stop talking about it. And then I started watching. I'm like, this is a really fun television show. So it's worth checking out. You know, it was a fun television show over the weekend. The Seattle Seahawks television show, their final preseason game. They ended up winning 37-33 over the Cleveland Browns. Of course, it's a battle of third stringers and backups and things along those lines, but there were some highlights. Geno Smith showed up for like a half a second, drove the team down to a big touchdown pass to DK Metcalf, getting us all excited about the new offensive scheme. Granted, it was just one drive, but still pretty cool to see. Also, great performance from Kenny McIntosh, he really did have a good preseason, so hopefully things will look good for him as a running back for the Seahawks, including that 56-yard touchdown run that happened. And D. Eskridge, there's a guy who thought maybe he was 1 foot out the door just because it didn't seem like he was panning out. There was a lot of high expectations, and he just never really became anything with the team. Had a great punt return for 79 yards for a touchdown run. But more, I think more telling was that the entire team lost their collective minds when he did it. And you could just tell, this is a team full of players rooting for this guy to make the team and maybe have a good year, because he just had a rough go since he got drafted by the Seahawks as a high pick. But it was awesome. Everything about the game was a lot of fun to watch. And now the season starts, September 8th at home against the Denver Broncos. So hopefully the winning ways begin.
We have passion. We have support. We're ready to rock.
We can do it. Hey, as far as weather, we're hitting a high of 76 degrees. It's going to be cloudy. The good weather's coming back, thankfully. That is the DMD, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with the Morning 12-pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.